It don't matter what level she on, whether she came into fame fast or not. You got females that don't make hardly anything, and they still very horrible with money. It's like wishful thinking for them when they have money.
Like, no, you can't blame a woman for you making dumb mistakes, dumb
So
decisions because you want
so
to impress
great.
this woman.
You
If
don't
that
have to
woman
ask her.
values the relationship, she not gonna sit here and run your pockets dry.
But
If
y'all do it
ain't
without
no,
even knowing that y'all
no,
doing
Exactly.
it.
It's
no,
subconscious. Yes, it
no, it's
is.
not.
Absolutely
That's y'all
subconscious.
insecurities.
But
I can
great,
buy
but
this.
great. This is the double-edged sword when it comes to being a man when you dating somebody, especially when you still trying to make an impression. If you got it, if you do it, then they be like, okay, cool. When it run out, they be like, well, why you ain't got it?
You know what's crazy? The guy that you talking about, that don't want to spend the most. Y'all don't like that guy. That guy would be me. Y'all don't like me. Y'all not gonna like me because I'm not gonna spend the most. I'm not gonna just cash y'all out in the very
You know,
beginning.
you
Y'all
do
hold
get
on, hold
under
on.
you do get under my skin. You do get under my
Exactly.
skin a whole lot though.
I know. I appreciate that. But Mac is gonna be the guy that's gonna get them draws. You feel me? Because he's the guy that's probably gonna come out spending that cash. You feel me? But
He
back
always
to hold
been.
on,
Oh,
back to
sorry
hold
about
on,
that.
yeah, back to be Simone.
Okay, sorry.
Can we say that the stance that she comes from? Can we say that the average female does the same thing but just on a different level?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Reject
Mm,
guys,
Yeah.
and then cry broke after a
no,
while. Just not on a high level. They do it on
Yeah.
no.
a smaller
I
Yeah,
level.
because
think
they're always. I feel like
B
females
Simone
always.
went crazy.
I mean,
Phoebe
Shout
wanna
out
say
Dr.
something.
Thunder.
I think Phoebe trying to
Phoebe, you
say
want to
something.
say something? Let me unmute you.
No, I think maybe the fame came really quick for her, and maybe a
Okay.
few dollars came quick for her. And
Okay.
in her mind, she thought that it was going to go from there and take off. You know what I mean? And she wasn't really just dealing with reality. And in her mind, she thought that she could get more than what was really out there for her. You know what I mean? She probably. My thing is this. Well, my personal opinion. When people not used to things, when they get it, they go overboard with it. So when the money
Yeah.
started coming in, maybe she started spending, big and thinking that this shit was always gonna be what it is, not taking into consideration that maybe I should put some things up. Maybe this may not last as long as I'm thinking it is. Y'all kind of get what I'm saying with it. People who used to money, they know how to move. When you're not
Okay.
used to it, you do the most.
I'm gonna mute you.
And
Yeah, I'm gonna respond to you when you get done.
no, you can go ahead. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. Maybe she was just thinking that, you know what I'm saying, this is going to be her lifestyle going forward.
Okay.
And now that she see that it's not, she got to shop at H&M.
Mm.
Yeah, she
I,
sure said,
I
I'm used to having a certain amount in my bank account. Well,
I
baby,
feel like
it's life.
most females are horrible with money though.
oh yeah.
It don't matter what level she on, whether she came into fame fast or not. You got females that don't make hardly anything, and they still very horrible with money. They spend it in them in places they don't need to spend it at. It's almost like it's like wishful thinking for them when they have money. They just kind of feel like, oh well, I'm gonna just do this, and I hope that I can get it back. The next couple weeks. They don't never plan out or plan accordingly to how they spend money. So I feel
Because
like
they
Right.
this
got
is
an
I
really
wouldn't
some
say
ATM
female
all
between their
females.
situation.
legs,
I wouldn't
dog.
say all females
Yeah.
do that. No,
Most.
I
all
mean,
females
Most.
let
do
me let
not
me
do
let
Most
me
that.
ask
do.
y'all
Most.
this.
Not
Let me
Most.
even
ask y'all this.
most.
Let me ask y'all this. Who's usually in debt, men or women? Who's
Women.
usually in debt? You know what I'm saying?
Men.
Because men get in debt because of y'all.
Yeah, I'm
That's
about
how
to
I feel
say.
like.
Men don't
You know
get
what
Yeah.
I
in
mean?
debt
Yeah.
because of
Yeah, they're
us.
trying to
Men get in
impress.
debt
They're trying to
because of
impress.
y'all.
They're trying to
Men,
impress. You
whose
know what I mean?
decision is that? That's y'all decision to try and go
But
overboard to
still, we're
impress a
doing it
female.
for who? For the women.
But
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 y'all
you
are doing it, and you financially unstable. So why do it? That's y'all. That falls
Well,
on you. That's a you
But a
in
choice.
lot, but a lot
men,
of times the man love the woman, so
yeah,
he may do
men
he
will
yeah.
may do
sacrifice
whatever
their
it takes.
finances
Okay, but then
for the
there has
woman.
to be somebody with some kind of financial literacy. Like, no, you can't
Hey,
blame a woman for you making dumb mistakes, dumb
So
decisions because you want
so
to impress
great.
this woman.
But great,
So
this is
you
the
basically
problem.
saying the dumb
One at a
mistake
time.
is you, shit, the
You're
woman.
right.
No, the dumb mistake is you choosing to go for a woman that you feel like you have to spend all your money on just to impress. If you meet a
Not
woman and be genuine and she's an understanding woman and she's not just chasing you for your bread, she
I
gonna
mean, even
understand that
then,
okay, you
I
ain't got
mean,
it if you ain't.
say for example, you're in a relationship with that woman. I mean, you still gonna spend trying to take care of her. You know what I mean?
right. Right.
But if that
You
woman
don't have to
values
ask us. You
if
don't
that
have to
woman
ask us.
values the relationship, she not gonna sit here and run your pockets dry. If y'all in a relationship, it should be an understanding of what your partner
Y'all
is capable of doing.
But
Ain't
y'all
no
but
do it.
look,
woman in a
Y'all do it
relationship
without
just gonna
even
expect.
knowing. But y'all do it without even knowing that y'all doing
Exactly.
it.
It's subconscious. Yes,
No,
it
it's
It's
is.
not.
subconsciously, yeah,
No,
It's
y'all
it's
do.
not.
absolutely
That's y'all
subconscious.
insecurities. That's y'all insecurities. If
See,
y'all
there you
sitting
go.
here, if y'all sitting here saying, "Oh,
Nah.
I gotta do this to impress her," that's y'all personal feeling.
But
If
this is
women
the
could say, "You didn't have to do this for
but
me, babe. Like you didn't have to buy
but
this."
great. This is the double-edged sword when it comes to being a man when you dating somebody, especially when you still trying to make an impression. If you got it, if you do it, then they be like, okay, cool. When it run out, they be like, well, why you ain't got it? So it's like, okay, well, let me make sure at least she, I mean, not gonna say think I got it, because I got it. I'm just hurting right after I do it. But at the end of the day, you're gonna criticize me either way. Oh, you got bad spending habits. You shouldn't have went broke on me. Like, have you ever heard that in your life?
Right. Like if I pull up the Gibsons with her, she gonna be like, "Oh no, we don't got to go to Gibsons. Let's go to do what JB said. Walk in the pig park."
Yeah.
She's not
Come
It
gonna
on.
say
depends on
that.
what
She
type
gonna
of
walk her
woman.
ass up in
It
Gibsons and
depends
eat that
on what
steak.
type of woman you going after. Ain't no woman who has financial literacy and is financially stable is going to expect her a man or
One,
whoever. If y'all courting her, she's
yeah,
not
women
going to
don't
expect
women
you to
don't
just
value
blow
money the
your.
same. They don't
Nah.
value money the same. I'm gonna be
It,
honest.
it,
No,
Most don't
there's a
value it the
certain
same.
type of woman that don't value money. It's
All
not
women
all
like
women.
nice
It's
dates
not
though.
all women. Of course, a
no,
woman would want a man who could do for her in that way,
It's
but
but
not
not
a
all
great.
women.
hold on, but
Women,
it's not about a man just spending the most. Y'all just don't value the way how money actually works when it comes down to being able to save it,
No, it's
invest it,
not. Then why are there
move it
so
the
many
right
women?
way.
Why are there so many successful business women? If women didn't value money, and if women didn't
that's
care
a
about,
That's a
that's
small
a lot.
percentage.
That's a
That's
Men,
hella
minority.
small.
That's still a
a lot of
minority. I
women
know
ain't
you
got
might
no
think it's a
paper
lot.
like
no, it's
that.
not. No,
It
it's
And
is.
not.
most
It's
women
just
that
like
got something got it off the back of a man.
why
Let's
It
be
why
is.
why
honest.
do, why are
Facts.
there so many
Facts.
why are there so many celebrity NBA players, football NBA and NFL players that are immediately they're told you need to manage your money because the first thing they do is blow their money.
No, for
Women get
sure.
famous
We
or
know.
you get
But do you know
Athletes
why
get
they
caught up
tell
in
men? Do you
taxes.
know why they tell men? They advise men to be very thrift or you know at least be responsible with their money because they make it. They don't advise women to be to manage their money because they don't make no money. They advise
yes
women
they
to
do. What
extract.
you mean women don't
Not
make
no,
no
not
money?
no, not no
It's so
money
many.
that's
Hold on, you
we
talking? Yeah, listen what Red Pill saying. The amount of contract, I mean the amount of dollars that these guys are making in their contracts. How many women you know are just getting contracts big like
making
this?
that.
Come on now, be honest.
Most athletes
Simple
don't
as
go
that.
broke because
First
of
of all,
women though. They go broke because of taxes. They don't know how to manage
no,
their taxes.
Right.
they go broke because they don't know how to manage their funds.
No,
Men don't know how to
they
manage their
spend
funds.
they
Just
don't
like
spend outside the box unless it's for a woman. They just keep
Miss
it
Phoebe,
100.
what you think?
Hey, you got to unmute her, Jay.
Oh yeah.
I know you ain't got a straw in that faux loco though. I'm just messing with you.
For loco, not a straw in the
Four
for
Loco is
loco.
crazy.
Hey,
That is
cheers.
crazy.
I'm just messing with you, Phoebe. I got a
What's
straw.
up,
Um,
Miss?
You got straw too.
shit.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, for
Wait,
sure.
no, my thing is, I feel like if this is my thing, the issue that I deal with, the things that you guys be saying. I can't say I know some women out of the ones that I know they move that way. But I don't feel that with the spending, men going into debt and shit like that. I don't feel like they should do that with the women. I think if you start your relationship off with
Oh, I never
being
said that.
modest with how you spend and not trying to impress her, you can keep that flowing. If you go overboard in the beginning and you know you're doing extra, and as you guys say, women are going to expect this. When the money starts getting low, it's going to be an issue. She's going to ask you why you don't have the money, or she's stating that you're misspending or what have you. Why would you start off that way? Like, I don't get that.
Well, it's an
Don't
impression.
start
Like
at
you make
least
a
that way.
first impression. Like
But you can
if you
make
get a
it. You
job,
can make an
if
impression without putting a dollar value on it. You
Y'all
can.
can
you
make an
Everybody
impression
that
without
it's
like
eyelashes
that
and weave, but y'all
that's
still
easy.
do the
you
shit.
could, you
What
could.
you
But
say,
my
Mac?
thing is this: he said we could do it without putting eyelashes and
Relax,
weaves
mama.
and things like
Relax.
that in.
Relax.
But
But you
but my
wouldn't get
thing,
the man. And if we didn't have that paper and we wasn't flexing, we wouldn't get y'all. You gotta understand.
let
A
the
I
church
person,
don't,
when you get
I
your
don't
So
foot
agree
in
you
the
with that.
door,
saying
Hold on, one
I
mic
just
at a
you
don't,
time.
I
saying
just
you
Hold
don't,
on, one
I
mic at
just
a
don't
time,
agree
y'all.
with that.
One mic at a
I
time.
just don't agree with that. I'm listening, but I don't agree with that.
You know what's crazy? The guy that you talking about, that don't want to spend the most. Y'all don't like that guy. That guy would be me. Y'all don't like me. Y'all not gonna like me because I'm not gonna spend the most. I'm not gonna just cash y'all out in the very
you know
beginning.
you
Y'all,
do
hold
get
on,
under
hold on.
you do get under my skin. You do get under
Exactly.
my skin a whole lot though.
I know. I appreciate that. But Mac is gonna be the guy that's gonna get them draws. You feel me? Because he's the guy that's probably gonna come out spending that cash. You feel me?
Man,
But
like
somebody
this.
like me,
$1,000 a
there
date.
you go. But
Done,
somebody,
done.
somebody.
Done, done,
So
done,
Phoebe,
done.
when you say that, I like it. Sounds good. It sounds great on paper, but in reality, it's just not what's really hitting right now. Y'all don't want the guy that's gonna
facts,
kind of come into
Can
it
I,
a
can I,
little more conservative. Go ahead.
right?
can I say this?
Mm-hmm.
I am in a relationship, right? And when we first got together, I was the breadwinner. I was the one bringing in the money. And you want to look at
Okay.
our finances, right? It wasn't about you showering me with all this fancy shit. I like walks in the park. I like
Okay.
sitting down, chilling, just vibing, doing whatever. I'm a very silly person, but at the same time, I do kind of reserve myself. But it's all women in my life that, and this is what pisses me off. That of course, I have a group of friends, right, that are female. And when we get into discussions about shit like this, I'm always the oddball because I don't move and think the way that a lot of women do. So I don't want to argue with you guys that what you're saying is wrong because I don't know. I'm not a man, so I've never had to do all of those things. But all I can do is speak out from my experience. I do have a friend, she expects all this lavish things. My daddy did this for me, so I expect my man to do this shit for me. And I've always said I think a lot of women are raised with what to expect from a man, but not how to treat him. My thing
Mm-hmm.
is, my dad was there. My parents didn't part until my father passed away, right?
Okay.
They was
I
married for
remember.
like 45, 46 years, whatever it
Mm-hmm.
was when my dad died. Um, I'm out here at the park now. I'm having a fucking good time. I
Okay.
don't have
Right.
a problem with I don't have a problem with us getting on the L, even though I don't really like it
Okay.
because it stinks and it's a bunch of bombs on it. But I don't have a problem with us doing it. I don't need you to pull up in no fancy ass car, right? I don't have a problem with going down and sitting over there by what is it, the shed, and you can have a picnic, and you can get a beautiful view of Lake Michigan right there and the skyline. I literally had to tell my guy that's where the fuck I wanted to go. Like you don't
Okay.
have to do extra shit like that. But
But
you got
Phoebe,
some people who feel
Okay.
like they need to do the most. You don't need to
but
do all of
but
that for
but
all these
Phoebe,
women. If you
but
just allow yourself to do that, that's
but
on you to me.
Can
Okay.
but
I
you
ask
said,
y'all?
but hold on,
Can we
hold on,
establish?
Hold
let me
on.
do
Go
this
ahead.
real
Go
Let
quick,
ahead.
Red
Mac.
Pill and then Mac.
Go ahead.
Mac, let me say this real quick. When you said that women was your circle was like, well, my daddy did this, so that's what I look for in a man. They obey their daddy, man. Do you
Right.
understand that? Like women are not, and it's not. I know the word obey is very triggering, but it was a respect factor there. I know a lot of dudes that love their daughters to death, but if they gonna just go against the grain, you think I'm about to reward you for that? So women are entitled to think that, oh, okay, well, just because my daddy, and even when your daddy was mad at you, he's still gonna provide for you. The problem is women think just because they with a dude or with, what I'm saying, they sitting up under a man, he's supposed to reward you because you got a vagina, not because you got bad behavior.
Right.
Yeah, good
That's
point. Mac Long.
crazy.
You reward me because I got common sense and I got your back. And I'm a safe space for you. Reward me for that. Not that other shit. That don't make sense to me. It just don't. I'm not saying women don't do that. I'm not a man. I don't know what y'all deal with. What I'm
Well, I
saying
would
is the shit don't make sense to me.
say this: you might be a unicorn. You might be one of the very few, because the large majority, and I hate to say this too, Miss Fee, I don't know you personally, but a lot of y'all will say a lot of the right things, but when it comes down and we get into the situation, we start seeing a lot of the true color, and we start seeing the attributes of just a natural woman. What was probably most likely gonna go down, we start seeing those things come out. So
Well, I
y'all play
would.
the chameleon
Right.
game sometimes too. A lot of females do.
A lot of females may do that, but I will tell you this: I was asked twice by my guy for marriage, and I told him I wasn't ready, and he ain't left yet. So I don't know what the hell it
Hats
is,
off.
but
No,
he
hats off.
he hasn't he hasn't fucking left. He hasn't fucking
Right.
left.
You ain't gave him none yet?
Gave him none what? What you mean? Gave him
Oh,
what?
sorry. I didn't hear you wrong. I didn't hear you right. I'm sorry. Like you
No,
said,
what
you
I
ain't give
said
him none yet.
was, oh, he got it. That's how my mortgage get paid.
What's going on,
What do you
Black T
mean?
Oh,
Money?
okay.
That's
Oh,
that's that's how the mortgage get paid. I got to secure the mortgage. But what I'm saying to you is this: he has asked me
Sorry.
twice. He
Secure the
has asked
mortgage.
me
secured.
twice
That's
for
Secure the
crazy.
marriage,
mortgage, baby.
and I told him I wasn't ready, and I wasn't. But my thing is
Oh,
that we are not
hold on.
married.
Hold on. You said that he asked you to marry him,
Yes,
and you denied it.
yeah, I told him not right now. I wasn't ready.
You
What
don't
are
Why would
want
you
you
him
do
like
waiting
that?
that.
on?
What you
You don't
waiting
want him
on?
like that.
Well,
Hey,
the
the bag
first,
is secured. The bag is
real,
secured.
real quick, I'm just gonna tell you one real quick. The first one was his daughter's mother was a big pain in the relationship. Every move we
Mm.
tried to make, she found ways to try to get in there and throw stuff off. And my thing is, as I said a few minutes prior, I was the one bringing in more money in the beginning. Now he's bringing in a few more dollars than me, right? But
Yeah.
in the beginning, it was me. So that whole don't want a man 9 to 5, that whole expecting him to have everything in the beginning when we first link up, I,
Yeah.
I don't think I don't think that way. That's just not me. And a lot of women will go back and forth with me, but my thing is, y'all don't have a man at home. I do,
Let me ask you this.
That's why.
Let
I
me ask
do.
you this. If
But
he left
but
you, would you be
but
upset? If he left you, would you be upset?
yes and no.
Why the no part? Like you just feel like you just get another one, or it's not as. I mean, because you got to think about it.
No, it's not that. It's not that, and I don't want to go into that right now. But
Okay.
we can
I
talk
mean,
about
we don't
that
have to
off
go into
camera.
it. Yeah, we ain't got
Right,
to
we
go
can
into
talk
it.
about that off the camera. But it's a yes or no for me.
Okay.
But what I feel like my point, and it may not make sense to you all, but my point is this: I don't move like a lot of women do. I can't say what you all experiences are, what you're speaking on. I can say I know individuals who move that way, but it
Okay.
doesn't for me. Now the women that move that way that I know personally, they don't have a man. They have been through about 5 or 6 relationships at this point, right? Because they have these high expectations. They feel that they're entitled to a lot of shit. And when I try to tell them you shouldn't think that way, what they try to throw in my face is, but you're not married. I'm not married because that's my choice. But at the end of the day, when we finish this discussion, who goes home and lay in the bed by themselves, or who got a nigga laying here falling and snoring at night? Me. So
Mm.
apparently I'm doing something right that he hasn't left, is what I'm saying. I don't believe that a man should just go overboard with trying to impress a woman. If that's what you do, that's what you do, but that's on you and your finances. You need to monitor that. If
But
you know
that
you're doing the
me back
most,
to
you
my
shouldn't
point
do
of what
that.
I was saying. You shouldn't go
You
into
shouldn't
debt
do that.
knowing knowing you ain't got the money. Why go into debt trying to impress
Why
a
would
woman?
you do
That's your
that?
own decision. Don't blame
Because
that
if
on the
you
It's
woman.
so,
Can
it's
I
right,
ask
so
y'all a
because
easy to
question?
if
say.
you if
Silence.
you start off
Silence.
that way, she's going to expect it. Don't start off that way. Is all I'm saying. Don't do that. Start off with the walk in the
Well,
park.
if we don't start off
Start off
that
with
way,
doing
guess
minor
what?
stuff.
They're gonna turn
Oh
around
yeah.
and walk away.
Just start off
We
being
get
Well,
out the
then
way.
genuine. Just be
that's
genuine.
not the woman for you. That's
Y'all
not the woman
don't
for you.
y'all
Then.
don't respect genuine. Genuine is look, I don't
Who
care
you?
what your
That's
name
just
is, I
your
want to
own.
hit it.
That's your
That's
own
genuine.
insecurity. If you think
What?
women don't respect genuineness, that's your own thought.
You
That
know,
no. If a
We
man
do
told you
respect
what
men who are genuine.
but great.
No.
If a man when you hear the first liner, that one liner that reels you in, you fish, y'all bait. We got
Yeah.
bait. When he reels you in, if you had an interpreter sitting at the table, you would be like, damn, I don't even know why I listen to that shit. Because the
Yeah.
man that's up front, you gonna run him off. You're not gonna you gonna be like, oh nah, hell nah, you didn't came at me. I need you to
I'm
soften
not.
my I need you
No,
to
I'm
soften
not.
my ego. Yes, you are. All
No,
right,
Y'all
let me
I'm
definitely
just
go off
not.
emotions first.
telling
No,
you.
I'm
Emotions
not.
is what get
I
y'all
was just
first.
in a relationship with somebody and it wasn't equally yoked. I had more than he had. But
Why
that
you?
didn't he
Did it
didn't
work?
come at
Where
me.
you at?
Well, technically it's a long story, but
Mm-hmm.
mm,
it ain't nothing that has to do with, oh, he didn't do enough for me, he didn't spend enough money, because I didn't meet him off of him trying to impress me and spend more than what he had. It was a mutual understanding that
Yeah,
this
I'm gonna
is what
say
he's
this.
working with, and that's okay with me.
Yeah, moral of the story is with B Simone is that I think women are gonna constantly keep passing up good guys that got good morale and character for just the quick fixes, you know, because everything that
Facts.
glitter ain't glamorous. You know what I'm saying? And I
Facts.
think that's some of the biggest problems out there, that people just want the fast hit instead of getting with good moral character. That's gonna actually really invest in you and be a good pick for you. Let me mute Miss Phoebe.